Hey, What If Podcast, welcome back. Hey, what if what possibility begins? It's your boy CJ.
It's your boy Trav. Your boy Jarvis.
All three back at the table for a little conversation. Hey man, I was telling y'all boys about the feedback on the phone. Just how folks tell me that podcast really help them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The podcast really give them kind of new insight. They just look at life a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Analyze life from a different angle. And one homeboy even told me, you know what I'm saying, he really feel like he a part of the conversation. You know, I remember man was like, he was listening. He heard all three answers and he was like, shh, hey, they coming to me next. Let me get my answer ready. Yeah. But just kind of saying it, kind of jokingly along the lines that he was thinking about it and analyzing it for himself. You know what I mean? And I think it's very important, to put yourself in the situations that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? For all our listeners, just to kind of see what you think about it. Because you can't really take what I say as the gospel. You know what I mean? You got to really experience it for yourself. Now, you can take what I say and say, that's something interesting. Let me see what I think about it. Mm-hmm. And it may be that you come to agree with it, but I wouldn't encourage anybody to just blindly listen to anything. Right. You know what I mean? Just to experience it for yourself, man. And I tell you one thing that kind of got me on a journey that even got me to this table, what we're talking about. Y'all have heard me plenty of times just talk about growing up in the church or whatnot. And man, that uncomfortable feeling finally culminated in the thought of, bro, I gotta figure this job for myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like really, man, I'm around here worshiping Mom Duke's God. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not to say that he don't exist or I don't believe or whatever the case. Not to say that I do either. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But just to say, this is what I've been told to do. You know what I mean? And I don't have no bearing on it for myself. It don't really, not that it don't have any relevance for me, because it does in a sense. But basically, man, I gotta figure out who God is for myself. Right. Or what God is, or is there a God, or whatever. Just not taking that stuff for granted. Is there anything in particular that you can say got y'all to the table on the conversation as far as mindfulness or consciousness or awareness, whatever you want to talk about? I mean, whatever you want to call it. Is there anything in particular that has y'all thinking a different way that you could think of? Anything that has happened in your past that makes these conversations relevant to you? You know what I'm saying? Or why do you even care to be mindful or present?
I can give you a perfect example. Earlier today, everybody know last week, most people had a little vacation last week.
Huh. More people. Okay, yeah. Y'all teachers did for sure.
Yeah. So, had a little break off all week. And man, I can't even lie, man. I slacked off last week,
How that?
Man, I really didn't do too much reading.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't even think I've been to the gym one day last week.
For real?
Yeah.
You blew an opportunity like that?
Man, listen.
All right.
And earlier today, man, I was sitting here and I was thinking about that, man. I was really beating myself up about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just had these feelings of like, I don't know, like that. I don't know. I just had a feeling, so that's why I had to sit down and become mindful. I became mindful of that feeling. So I said, okay, let me see if I can see where it's coming from.
Right.
And that's where it was coming from. And I sat down and I was like, dang. I was really sick. Matter of fact, that was the same time you called me. And when you called me, you was like, hey man, you good? You sound blown.
Yeah.
That was then. I was
right.
like, nah, bro, I'm good. But right before you called me, bro, I was sitting there beating myself up like, damn, I ain't do nothing I was supposed to do this week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that just got me, about that being mindful, being aware of what's going on, and now I know that I got to do what I'm supposed to do and go extra hard next week because I gotta make up last week and I gotta do next week. So, you know, just like I say, that just is an example of me being mindful and aware of what's going on. And even though I know I'm supposed to be doing something, I don't know, it just got away from me last week, you know.
So are you saying that that maybe that procrastination in your past, is that what got you to the point where you are now? Because the question is, why this? Like, why are you even exploring this? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What about you makes you want to explore this? Why can't you just? What's wrong with what you've been taught your whole life?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why something new?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, just like I said, just before, I wouldn't have been really like interested in finding out what was the root cause of why I was feeling the way I was. You know what I'm saying? But because I've got to a place as far as, you know, that meditation and everything like that, and knowing when something not right, I need to find out what the problem is. So that would have been my why of why I chose to, you know what I'm saying, get more into the mindfulness and awareness.
Right.
As far as the second question about what, say it again. It was about what you said, stuff that we've been told.
Yeah, I know. The thing was, what's wrong with what you've been told your whole life? Why explore something new? Like what? It wasn't working for you. It wasn't solid enough. Did you not understand it?
Right. Okay. Yeah, okay, and I see. That's why you can't. That's why you had your example with the church, and I guess I could kind of be on that too. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you got that. You got that uncomfortable feeling. Chill, man.
Chill. Hold on. Hey, bro, you got another turtle?
No.
Bro shedding his shell or something?
Nah, bro.
That try to look weird.
He's just chilling, bro.
That's chilling?
Yeah.
Look like his shell coming off.
Nah.
I'm sorry, man. It just kind of took me aback.
Oh, man.
You know, I always peep over at the turtle just to check and see how my man getting along. But I ain't mean that.
He good. But nah, yeah. I think I was saying, as far as the whole church thing, I think I kind of, like you said, I always had that just kind of feeling, you know, going to a church like I never was really here because I wanted to be there. You know what I'm saying? It was here because mom's making us come. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like you said, growing up, it was more of all right, you supposed to pray, and on Sunday we going to church, and this is what we going. They never, my parents really never sat down with the Bible with me, and you know what I'm saying, went through it and said, well, you know, this is why we serve him, because he does this, and this, or he promised us this, and this. You know what I'm saying? And just to be honest, and younger going to church, man, I didn't really take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Not take it serious, but I wasn't really comprehending what they were saying. You know, you was listening, but you wasn't listening, going in one ear and out the other. Until, you know, like you say, you just had to find out, like, is this for me? And if it is, you know, let me find out what I need to do and build a relationship with him myself versus building a relationship with him through somebody else. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that, and I think I'm on the same path as you in that. Well, I would say the only thing that's different for me is, like, in my adult life, I really did try, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put a lot of effort into trying to understand. You know what I mean? As far as being involved in the church and trying to understand where they were coming from. You know what I mean? Because I had been there my whole life. I was there, but I wasn't a part of it. Right. I was present, but I wasn't connected. You know what I mean? And I really did, bro. And it's still like something was empty. And I wasn't in agreement with everybody else when, like, if they would say, you know, he's my everything, I'm like, I feel a little empty. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, am I doing something wrong? You know what I mean? Like, what's not happening? But before I go any deeper into that, I mean, Big Jarvis, you were pretty much taught the same thing Travis and I were. We actually all went to the same church for, you know, the beginning of our lives. and then my church broke off from that church and started our own church, but in a way we all still connected, you know what I mean? So what has you to the table, Jarvis? Why are you even having these conversations that, to be honest, in my opinion, are not different than what the church teach? Yeah. You know what I mean? Angle may appear to be different on the surface just because the church doesn't use words like mindfulness and awareness. But like I said, a lot of this comes down to terminology, not content. You know what I mean? I don't think that you can find anything in the Bible to disagree with what we're saying. There's some good people out there who could, you know what I mean? But if they attacked anything, I feel like they would attack the angle that we're going at it, because we're not going through Jesus, maybe. Right. They could probably
use his name.
Right. They could probably try to tear it down from that angle. But as far as content, I don't know. Yet to be seen. Maybe we'll get some comments on it. But what has you to the table, Big Jarvis?
I mean, pretty much I'm agrees with what both of y'all said. The new angle I got, I was reading, was going back, just was reading, I guess, about roots, slavery days and all that, and then I just came across this saying that this religion, Christianity, was pretty much forced on us, and it had me being like
us, like slaves,
like yes, black people.
Okay, I got you.
Like minorities, pretty much. So that just had me thinking, like, okay, so if this is forced on us and it's kind of like repeating itself again, like why is so, I guess, so to speak.
Okay.
So I guess that kind of got me back, sitting back and observing, like, so if this was forced on us, then like what is really the truth, so to speak, I guess? What is really the way to go to think, okay, do we serve a real God? I mean, is there a real...
I feel you.
You know, is there something... I know, it's something out there, it's high energy out there, but is it really what we read or what they say it is? So that's pretty got me pretty much thinking and sitting back and observing. That's the kind of approach I want to take to the table. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I got.
I like that the way you said that, as far as that the religion was forced on us. I think that's a good word to use, because now as you say that, just sitting back and thinking about it, that's really what it was.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, we was forced to do this, and it's like it was no other way. And I remember when my brother, he got old enough, and man, he said, "Hey man, this not what I want to do no more." He switched and he went to the Jewish religion, and man, everybody had something to say about it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's like you said, this. I mean, we like Jarvis said, we all know it's a higher power, whatever they want to call it, that's out there. But man, it's not up to you to determine how everybody else gonna view it or see it. Yeah, because your way may not be the only way.
And the crazy, y'all using the word religion, man. I ain't into religion.
Right.
I'm into spirituality, but I'm not into religion. I'm not into traditions. I'm not into dogma and set ways of thinking. Right. You know what I mean? Because Jarvis, when you were talking about questioning what you previously believed, at the end of the day, I feel like every religion refuses to just say, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't died, you don't know. And you can't look me in my face and say, I 100% believe that I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? You could probably tell me that I'm 99.9, because that's as good as Lysol is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why they don't put kills 100% of germs on that?
Always wondered that.
You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't stupid. That would be a lie. Right. You know what I'm saying? So the best they could get is 99.999 repeating. You know? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you looked at me and told me, you know what I'm saying, I'm 99.999 sure, I'd be like, bet. You know what I'm saying? Say no more. It's still a .0001 out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you're not about to just look me in my face and be like, boy, I'm 100 on this.
Yeah.
No way. No way, bro. And and there's like this refusal to say, I don't know. Not only is there a refusal, It's the audacity to say you wrong,
Right.
and I'm right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what's up with? Listen, when I say I'm not in a religion, because religion forces you to look up to heaven or down to hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or forces you to look beyond this lifetime into another one.
And I think it also gives you that, like we talked about before, good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or right or wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I prefer is spirituality, which forces me to look inside myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't like what I'm looking up for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need to be looking straight ahead. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I need to, well, you know what I'm saying? I need to be looking straight ahead, dog. You know what I'm saying? But that's what religion for. I don't want to be religious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be religious. I feel like I need to use the tools that I've been given. What tools? Emotions. Mm-hmm. Emotions are a great tool. Feelings are great tools. My mind is a great tool. You know what I mean? And like Travis said, with the understanding that, dog, it's something out there, bro. Like, I can't 100% say what it is, but I can't be 100 on none of it.
Right.
But boy, it's something. And I ain't no fool on that. I'm not fool enough to be like, yeah, I got this all on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this life thing sold up. I'm good. I don't need nothing. I don't need nobody. I ain't fool enough to make no statement like that. Right. But I am wise enough to say, it's something, but I couldn't tell you definitely what it is. I can't say you're wrong. Mm-hmm. I can't say I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not about to bash you or whatever, you know what I'm saying, for what you feel like. Mm-hmm. It's something. Let's take homosexuality for instance, you know what I'm saying? If you homosexual, you know what I'm saying? Do it seem natural to me? No. I look at everything else. I don't see nobody else getting on that. For all I know, it may be somewhere in the animal kingdom where two women get together, two men get together. Yeah. Two feminine plants may pollinate for all I know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Two male plants may pollinate for all I know. Mm-hmm. I don't really know. But what I would question is your motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, what in your heart wants to make you do that? Is it hate of another sex? Is it guilt from something in the past? You know what I'm saying? What is your driving motivation? Yeah. Is your motivation really the betterment of yourself? You know what I'm saying? Or is it a reaction from something that happened before? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's all I would say. But like I said, that spirituality, that's looking within. Right. Not looking up and saying, oh, you're wrong. Yeah. God said you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're wrong. You're going to hell. Yeah. Now it's time to look down. That's where you're going. You feel me? Like I don't want to live like that, bro. And I'll be honest, man, when I tried to live like that, bro, I felt so empty, bro. I just felt so I felt like I was really going against what I felt the book was trying to get at. Yeah. I thought the book was trying to get at love. I don't feel like being like, well, you're wrong. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that's love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you gay, cuz. I ain't gay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, now, I ain't gonna force what I believe on you, and if you force what you believe on me, then we also gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But I ain't into forcing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I really care about is that you looking within and you making solid decisions based on what we call the check engine lights. Like you said, Trav, you were mindful and aware enough to say something's not right with how I feel or what my emotions are lining up with. You know what I'm saying? And that's spirituality to me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like we said, there's a higher power. So that's amazing to me that something could give you that indicator. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're an amazing machine, dog. Something can give us an indicator, let us know, boom, 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 this not right. And you can actually sit down and then use your other tool, your mind, to analyze what's going on. You know what I mean? And then to understand, look outside and see, well, this is a loving universe. My motivation definitely can't be to beat myself up. You know what I'm saying? If anything, my motivation has to be to live up to my true potential when I get the next opportunity, which you said was next week. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the correct way to go about it. Yeah. You feel me? What y'all think about that?
Yeah, man, I think that's good, man. I think it all makes sense. And you said something as far as when you saying before you ain't really want to live like that no more because you just had that empty feeling.
Yeah.
About because they like I said, it's basically they give you a list of guidelines.
Yeah.
And
right.
like you either do this or you don't. So I remember at times, man, growing up younger, man, I just knew I was going to hell because I just used to listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? You listen to rap music, you listen to all that foolishness. God don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was, you know what I'm saying? So I used to be like, bro, it can't be this way.
Right.
It shouldn't have to be this way. Like I shouldn't have to worry about me going to hell or heaven because I listen to some rap music.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, they always, and that's what kind of got me looking into it myself because they always like he's such a forgiving God and he does this and he does that. Okay, but he gonna send me to hell because I'm listening to some rap music?
Yeah,
like, it ain't adding up. It don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think, like you said, man, you just get older and do your own research. And like you said, it's not really about a religion. It's just about what's your within your principles, your morals, like, and in the relationship or connection that you have to whatever it is that may be.
Yeah.
And I really think that's what it's all about. Like, you have to know for yourself. Like,
when you say your morals and I forgot the other word you said. What do you mean when you say that?
Just what you what you build on, what you stand for.
Do we all have the same emotions?
Yeah.
Right? We all experience the same emotions, right?
Mm-hmm. We may experience them differently, but we all experience the same way.
But we all gonna experience something based on what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody get angry, you're gonna have some adverse feeling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, that right there, if I'm mindful, let me know that anger may not be best for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not that it's wrong, that it's just not beneficial.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like religion kind of takes that mindfulness and that awareness out of your hands by saying anger is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or that it's a sin or whatever you want to call it that you should have. Because now when I do it, now you just tie some guilt to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you tied another element, another emotion to me. You know what I mean? Now I'm guilty or I got to go ask for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? To say I'm asking for forgiveness mean I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of tools for living is that? You know what I'm saying? Then you not living. Now you just existing. You just reading and reacting. You know what I'm saying? That's a football game.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
No, I was just about to say another example, like when they say like gluttony.
Yeah.
Like with some of the 7 days said in the Bible, it said gluttony is bad.
Yeah.
I want to eat, so you tying that guilt to my passion to eat. I'm just saying for example.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But at a certain level, something, like we said, we all got the same emotions. We all got the same, something go off and say, or you got enough knowledge base to say, I can't overeat. You know what I'm saying? Because that wouldn't be beneficial to me. But there's a difference between beneficial and right and wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is this beneficial to me? Then now I can live as a responsible, sensible human. Using the tools that God, Allah, energy, or higher being, or higher power, or we can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an inexhaustible list. You feel me? Jesus Christ, and whatever. Whoever gave you the tools, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got the tools. So I would rather learn the tools to have a successful life rather than learn the rules.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know I was getting it down like that when I did. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Title.
Yeah, man. The tools versus rules. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, give me the tools so then I can actually live now. I know how to apply them to every situation instead of this set of rules. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes I bump on the tools. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And but then let me come to the understanding that that probably wasn't the most beneficial thing for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't perfect.
Why am I feeling like this? I did something that was unbeneficial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why I got a headache? I ate 2 bags of candy. You know? it's not the most beneficial thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest, man, and this word cliche, but that blesses me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the word bless mean, it makes me feel blissful, man. It makes me really, first of all, appreciate life and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because emotions are something that, again, I have to say, I don't know. I don't know what they are, but I experienced them, and now I'm even coming to an understanding of how to use them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, I mean, like the water. I know how to use that. I don't know what it is. Somebody told me it was hydrogen, H2O, so hydrogen and 2 oxygen. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know how that get down. I don't know how that process go. You know what I'm saying? You know, but just an appreciation for life, understanding that, dog, you don't know nothing. Thank you for listening to part 1. Please click part 2 for the second half of this conversation.